Electro Smart application. Once you download the Electro Smart app, you might would want to go in and edit your profile. I've done that on my personal phone. Uh, but we're gonna go through this real fast. The first thing you need to jump on is settings and go up to exposure unit. Exposure unit is are you going to use the index that they provide from 0 to 100, which I use, or you got to use what other systems like wattage? It'll tell you picofarads, uh, that'll watts. But let's just look at the difference. If you use exposure, it's a special measuring system that the guys came up with that made this program. I look at the settings. I put advanced on. You can do Wi-Fi in the background scan. Uh, okay, automatic enable Bluetooth. Cellular synchronization, show instrument, give access to the instrument legacy tool in the menu. Maximum number of days is statistical. It'll keep up with up to 2 weeks of what your exposure was and what sources was. You can do 4-star deep. Okay, but this is part of it. Now, I use this. I use 0 to 100. Green is you got radiation coming in. It's low. Yellow is you have a sizable amount, but it's not red. Means you need to start paying attention in yellow. But as you can see, I set mine to 33. Anything that comes in during the day, whether I'm paying attention or not, it'll let me know what new exposure. So you kind of know what you're getting into in different areas, your work area, your home, you go out, so forth. Right now, my current exposure is 55. And let's see what's exposing me. We go down to detail or the sources exposing me. And you see T-Mobile and hit that button. This is basically a cell phone. All right, when you see this little T-Mobile USA little sign on means that that's a cell phone. Now, if you look at the chart, the last one says serving. That's my phone, and these other two phones probably mine. Okay. All right. Let's look at. I love the Wi-Fi. As you can see, the Wi-Fi says the San Francisco Library, which I'm in the library. All right. Plus 19 other sources. Let's see what those 19 other sources are. All right. And when you hit what Wi-Fi, you can get the name of the router or Wi-Fi section, but you have other people in this network, and there's their SID number, AC source, and you'd be surprised. You know where you're at, what's going on. Now, I've been using this program probably 2 months, and I could show you some stuff. You would believe I was down on 4th and Market here in San Francisco, and right around the Old Navy, waiting for a bus. Could you imagine 170 plus different Wi-Fi's was shooting radiation right where I was standing, along with 200 plus cellular or Bluetooth type devices. I can show this to you. Okay, so every day you feeling bad. All right, now you can come over to instruments. And the instruments, you can get a live feed. You also have a graph of cellular, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. As you can see, I was getting radiation, some cellular radiation. It gives you the time, 1721. Then the cellular dipped down. Somebody in here. Okay, the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth. Let's look up at that graph. You can learn how to get around. Okay, so you got a live current exposure from 0 to 100, 59. I got my phone, T-Mobile, and 2 other sources. It's showing orange, which is not red. Then here we go again. San Francisco Library Wi-Fi with 19 other sources shooting radiation. The highest is 50. Okay, and this is the list of all the other collaboration samples of collaboration. What else is giving out radiation? All these hidden stacks and shit. There's a lot of hidden. Now here's going something there. M2000 C878. I've got to try to find out how to backtrack to the older. That is very easy for. Let's look at the history. We got any kind of history? Uh, 34 sources, fifth package, Bluetooth, 9 other sources. And we can go back today at 5 o'clock. And let's rewind and see what we got. So basically, you can see, even though I wasn't recording, it picked up a Wi-Fi jump, a blue. Can you imagine 100, what it feels like with the 170? Right here on the 11th and market also, the 117 was the first sighting. All right, so we can go back and let's see what we can go back to home. Statistics at the bottom. What kind of statistics? And we can go and look at my daily statistics. Sunday, December the 12th, Saturday. And as you can see, exposure level. Let's go back over here. 68 Thursday, December the 2nd. What was going on there? Okay. And it's got a graph with 5 a.m. in the morning. Can you imagine while you sleep? San Francisco Wi-Fi. Oh, that's when I went to the laundromat around 8 o'clock. And these people have, there's some people with remote control to dimmer switches and to the outside lighting. And when they turn the dimmer up, they overload the circuit with too much voltage, and they know what they're doing because all of a sudden, everything on that line increases its voltage, and the Wi-Fi increases its radiation output. Look at Laundry World, 64. And for me, that's pretty high. I don't get to that. It's 9 in the morning. And I'm sitting inside the laundromat on a very, not even a busy street. And we got 60 other sources also putting out radiation. You know, your body can only take so much. Some people get headaches, some pass out, some it messes with your DNA. It also messes with your sexual performance, sleep. I wouldn't be surprised. Migraines and the like. Fabrico and others. A friend of mine last night plugged in some kind of big, heavy speaker type deal, and immediately the thing was giving me 90% of all radiation was coming up out that thing. It's going to be a big thing coming in the future. All right, people are going to start dying, getting sick. They're hiding the effects of this radiation because of all the products they're coming out with. They're using the Wi-Fi and so forth. But the science already been done. You go in the Tor browser and go in the web and in the deep web, and you'll see the studies. Nobody's hiding this thing. Okay, this is in addition to you got your own man-made. Your U.S. citizens run around with handheld devices besides the Wi-Fi, shoot direct energy weapons at fellow citizens. And don't be surprised what's coming. Okay, we go back, and you can see across the bottom you got solutions. It suggests they got some kind of test scores and tell you how to put some kind of, how you say it, separate yourself from your Wi-Fi source emitter. I'm like live now. You can leave it on and go. I like to leave it on, then go back to the instrument, and I can look at my history. I love these little graphs here because you can see so much when they're working. All right, 13 devices. Now we got 13 Bluetooth out of nowhere. And when I got the 13 Bluetooth, you see the Wi-Fi is on top. Now watch this. Somewhere down here, the Wi-Fi was not on top. Okay, see how the Bluetooth went up, the Wi-Fi went up. Go back to live. 19 sources. Keep your eye on how many sources. Don't get freaked out, but if you notice that you feeling somehow and you're not tripping, if you believe you're being shot with direct energy weapons, you can start right here. It's gonna show you. I believe a lot of these hidden things, which I wasn't hidden earlier, are coming from some of these people. But we're still working on trying to detect this thing here. It is an absolute miracle. Fine. Thank you, Lord. You guys, I don't care where you at, to get you. Download this app. Start paying attention to how much radiation your kids are having. You're taking in on a daily basis. Uh, I'm going to show you some examples of some charts I've gotten and where I was at, and it's and some more videos coming up. We kind of keep this not too long. Until next time.